I'm live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you're tuning in from. It's your girl, Clara Alexander. Today, I want to talk about wishes versus will. So, I watched over the weekend a movie called The Irish Wish, and it had Lindsay Logan in it. Now, I'm not going to do a spoiler for you because I know some people might have not watched it. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. It's a nice like romantic movie. So if you're into like chick flicks and that kind of thing, like I am, then it will be a good watch. Basically, as the name suggests, Lindsay Logan wanted this wish. She thought that if she could only have this certain particular guy, then her life would be all made up and she'll live happily ever after and life would be great. So that was what she was thinking in her head. And she had that opportunity for that wish to play out. So you've got to really watch it to see what the end result was, whether actually, you know, the Prince Charming that she thought was a Prince Charming ended up being the Prince Charming, or whether it was somebody else. I'm not going to tell you. But, you know, in watching that, I realized that we kind of have this tendency of thinking that, you know, things are going to look exactly how we've pictured it in our head. Like things are going to happen based on our calculations, in our time, in the way we want it to happen. You know, we create this big, massive picture, just visualize it, and then we put these tinted glasses on and we look at life. And, you know, and when I'm saying we, I mean the collective, we, all of us together, we all do this, and we look at life through those lenses. Now, I don't know about you, but have you ever said this? If I, then I, you know, if I graduate from school, then I will be the, you know, the best accountant in the whole wide world. If I could only, that's another thing. Have you said this? If I could only, put that only in there, if I could only, you know, if I could only get a better wage, then I will be able to buy the house of my dreams. So these if-then statements that we make is based on this idea that we have in our head, but we don't know what's going to happen until it actually plays out. Now, I've learned that, you know, life doesn't go the way we expect it to most of the time, you know. So if you're there and you're thinking, hey, my life has gone exactly how I planned it, give me a call. In fact, go to claraalexander.com, sign into the hub, and give me some chat, because I would like to know who you are and how you've managed to do that. But for most of us that hasn't happened to, it's like we have this idea, and the idea just doesn't play out. We have these wishes that we wish something was going to be in a particular way, because we feel like if we get that wish, then things are going to just like fall into place. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Life's going to be okay. And over the years, and the years and the years and the years, I've come to realization that that's not always the case. In fact, it usually isn't the case. So what do you do? You know, should we not wish for things? Should we just like accept that it is what it is? Like, I don't think so. And again, I had to go to the Bible for this. And in the Bible, I read that God said, his arms are not too short that he cannot save, and his ears are not too, I can't remember the word, that he cannot hear. Dim. His ears are not too dim that he cannot hear. So whatever it is that we're going through, not only can he stretch his arms out and take us out of it, he also hears what we say. So if we're in a situation or scenario and we're not out of it, there's got to be a reason. Because if God's not taking us out of it, then he must be saying, well, you know, either you're in it and you've got everything that you need to be in it, or there's something that you need to do in order to be able to move from A to B. So let's break this down a little bit, shall we? For instance, if you want to I don't know, like say you want to get married, for instance, like you want to get married. So this is all for the single folk right now. So if you're single, this is for you. So if you want to get married and you're like, oh, and you've got this dream in your head and you wish that, you'll have a whole line of people coming towards you so that you can select the perfect guy or the perfect woman, and then you can get married and live happily ever after. So, but you're like in a season where no one's even knocking on your door. You're not even seeing anybody. Nobody's looking at you thinking, oh yeah, you're quite hot. No one's doing that. Then maybe you're focusing on the wrong thing. Maybe you should be focusing on yourself, because before you can actually bring somebody into your life, you need to make sure that you're A-okay. Maybe you've got some things going on in your life that need to be sorted out. So maybe God is like saying, yeah, I will bring that thing to you. And it will look exactly like how I have designed it to look, not like how you think it's going to look. It's going to look like how I've designed it to look. But in order for that to happen, you need to have A, B, C, D in place. So he gives you everything that you need for that particular season, for that time, for you to focus on. But because we're busy focusing on every other thing, like we miss it. So it's either we are not doing what we should be doing, or we've got everything that we have, but we just don't realize it. So it's not about the fact that a wish can't come true, but I feel like rather than focusing on our wishes, we need to focus on the will. What is the will of God for our life? What is his will? What does he want? What does he know that is going to come into our life that we don't know? What does he know about the places and the things and the people and the times and the scenarios that are happening that I just don't know about? What does God know? Because clearly, if I'm still in this scenario, if I am not out of it, if I am having to think to myself, if only, but it's not happening, then God must be saying something to me. God must be saying something like, I've given you everything you need. You've got it. For this season, you have it. You just need to look at what's in your hand. That whatever how small it is. Like it could be like a tiny speck, like that. You can't even see it. Could be a tiny speck, but it's in your hand. Start there. If we always thought to ourselves, I have to be at a certain point before I can do this. Before I can, I don't know, let me look for an example. Before I can show up and do a podcast, for instance, I need to be perfect. But then you never will be, because you'll never be perfect, because perfection comes in the practice. So you start off by showing up in your imperfectness, in the fact that you're not doing it well, and then you learn from there. And then one day, suddenly you're looking at yourself back and you go, well, is that me? Did I really do that? Hang on a minute. You're on fire. But yeah, so that's what I want to talk about today. It's really like when I watched the movie, I was like, yeah, actually, you know what? And you got to watch it. And then everything's going to click together. And I was thinking, yeah, it's got to be will over wish. It has to be. Because when I go wish over will, I get disappointed. But when I go will over wish, I'm never disappointed. Go figure. So that's it for today. It's a short one, but if you want to chat some more, I am in the hub. You want to know where the hub is? www.claraalexander.com. Go there, register for the hub. It's absolutely totally free. And in the hub, there's some great goodies. So for instance, there is Saturday Cook Along with Clara. In 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be cooking a dish. I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. I'm going to be cooking a dish, and you can cook along with me. I've also got the Bible study for those of you that want to have some Bible study. That's also in the hub. And also in the hub is the book club. And right now we are reading Do the New You by Stephen Furtick. And in addition to the book club, anybody that's suffering with fine hair, thin hair, there's Let's Talk About It, where we just discuss and we just talk about, and we're free to talk about our feelings in relation to hair loss, how we show up on our daily basis at home, and the things that impact us. We freely talk about it over some coffee. And finally, finally, in the hub as well, it's just a general chit chat, just a general, whatever you want to talk about, I'm there to talk with you. So, you know, if that sounds like fun, why don't you join me 24/7, every single day of the week? The hub is open and it's 100% free for you to join. So see you there. Take care. Before I go, I want you to know that God loves you. Yes, you're looking at me. I know. God loves you. He loves you so much. He loves you that he sent his only son to die for you on the cross. That is how much he loves you. You know who else loves you? I do. I love you. But you know what? If you're going to choose between my love and God's love, choose God's love. It is way better than my love. That's it for today. And what I do want to say to you, though, is that, you know what? Whether this is the first time that you're watching me or you've been watching me since I started, it's always great to see you. I am so super pumped that you're here. There's never a day that you'll join that I will not be ecstatic. I am super pumped and grateful that you're listening to me. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.